Jai Jain. I'm Shikha Jain, Director, M.I.T.S Group of Institutions, and today I'll be talking about vegetarianism. Vegetarianism is not because I'm not talking about vegetarianism because I am Jain and I myself follow vegetarianism, but the reason is that is the best way of life, which is accepted the world over, and now people in even in Western influential countries where meat eating was considered the way of life, they are turning into vegetarianism, looking at the health benefits and also for their love for the other living beings on the planet. Vegetarianism is not only followed by Jains. Jain scriptures are much ahead in scientific way to understand the love for the animals, love for the other beings, and the health benefits of being vegetarian. The plant products that we derive are sufficient food for us as far as our health is concerned. People eating non-vegetarian food suffer from a lot of diseases which are dedicated to consuming the non-vegetarian food. Maybe we can just, if we go a little back, we have all of us have heard about swine flu, bird flu, which are directly related to the consumption of animal products and the meat products basically. The Western countries, people have taken it a step forward, understanding the value of vegetarianism. Now they're going vegan. Vegan means they're not consuming any of the animal products, including milk and the other dairy products. They are consuming only the plant derived products. This has not only helped them in their maintaining their health, given additional benefits to the climate of the country, because the Oxford study very well shows that at least any non-vegetarian person emits around more than 2 times the greenhouse gases than the vegetarian food and the vegetarian consumers, and more than 2.5 times the gases greenhouse gases are emitted than the vegan consumers. So it is like all these studies which have scientifically proven the vegetarianism is the best way of life, not only for our individual selves but for the planet also. As we can see that these greenhouse emissions are depleting the ozone layer, and which in turn is harming the environment around us, because ozone is a protective layer. Obviously, the emission of the toxic gases is more, or entering the toxic gases entering the environment is more when the ozone layer depletes, and it is the question or a threat on the survival of the very human existence, very life existence on the planet. Besides this, we have also seen that our glaciers are melting due to global warming, which can sooner or later cause the deficiency of drinking water available to us. And moreover, now we can see the floods at every possible time in almost all the countries, which is due to the massive melting of the glacier. The temperature of Earth is continuously rising because of the emission of these greenhouse gases. So it is not only about the love for the animals or the other living beings, but it is the very threat to the survival of the human species on the earth if we do not stop certain bad practices that we have imbibed over the period of time. And one of them is eating the non-vegetarian food. The non-vegetarian eaters sometimes counter that it has been the way of life since the very existence of human civilization. Unfortunately, that time the people were not, that was the only way of existence, but then people sooner or later realized that that should not be done, the killing of for the other living being for their survival. And definitely that came later. Than I would like to correct that the killing of the animals came much later than eating the plant food, because plant plant food was the most easily and first available form of food that was there for the human beings, Homo sapiens. Whereas the animal killing of the animals for the food and came much later, when the man was able to make the tools out of the available material, as well as when the fire was invented. Before that, there was no consumption of animals for anything, and at that time it was the survival instinct also, because animal was more powerful than the human, and humans could be killed anytime. But now we don't face threat from the animals, but we face a threat. The animals face threat from the humans. So, as far as the existence is considered, human species, we should follow the vegan diet or the vegetarian diet to survive, for the well-being of the planet, for our own well-being, for the health benefits, for our looks, and the as today the younger generation is very conscious about their looks and their body types, physiques that they maintain. I have one suggestion for them, that if you consume the vegetarian diet, the body automatically is free of many toxins which the dead animal might transmit to your body. One thing. Second thing is that the exercises that we do, when we say that the people, those who build the bodies, they need much more proteins, and which can only be derived from animal products, is a myth complete. There are a lot of plant-based proteins which are very healthy for the human body, and there are examples of the big sportsmen also being vegetarians. So it is the way of life that we promote. It helps us to survive. It helps us to contribute for a better environment around us. Globally, it helps us to consume. It helps us to produce less amount of waste, because most of the animal products are coming as canned products, and then again it is creating a lot of waste. Then bio waste is there. Then the grains and the food products that are needed to rear these animals in these dairy farms, poultry farms, and all these places are much higher in quantity compared to the vegetarian food consumed by the humans. If we have this way of life of being vegetarian, first of all, we are being saved from a lot of diseases. We protect our earth. We give a natural, more more survival instinct, and the better, and for our younger generations, the better place to live. We can leave the planet Earth in this manner for our upcoming generations. More sustainable livelihood is vegetarian promotes more sustainable livelihood for the coming generations also. We all love our children, and we feel that we should do best for them. So this is one thing wherein we can contribute in a manner for living a better planet. We can amass the wealth and it can be lost. But if we are giving a better living environment for our children, and healthy living environment for our children, plus the values and the feeling of love and care for other living beings, then definitely we are leaving much better things for our children rather than just wealth. So, what at the end I would just like to say that be vegetarian, follow vegetarianism or veganism, and love the living beings on the planet and contribute for the well-being of the planet by turning yourselves into vegetarians. Thank you so much. Jai Jinendra.